This tutorial was created by Dina Wilson using Keynote for Macintosh and Camtasia for Macintosh. The purpose of this tutorial is to explain the process of selecting a Keynote theme, adding images into a Keynote slide, and applying effects to the slide within a Keynote slide. Keynote is a Macintosh program that works like a PowerPoint for Microsoft. To access Keynote, you will double-click on the icon found on your dock. This will take you to the Themes Chooser screen. The theme that I have selected for this project is Parchment. You will notice that the themes of the Keynote include a specific background, color, and font, which is used throughout the slides. Adjustments to individual slides can be made when necessary. For slide 1, I have chose from the Master's menu the Layout, Title, Center. At this point, you'll be able to type in the information that you choose. For slides 2 through 4, I chose the Layout Title Top from the Master's menu. For the 5th slide, I chose the Layout Title Center from the Master's menu. To add an image in a slide, you will either go to your Media, which is found on the toolbar. This includes video, music, as well as pictures. Additionally to choosing your media source, you can also go directly to a source such as a jump drive. In this case, I have chose to pull my pictures from my jump drive. In order to do this, you will click on the image that you want to select from your jump drive and drag it over to your Keynote page. In order to do this, though, I would recommend that you would change your theme or your layout on your page by using a blank page or something that would allow more space for your image. In this case, we will use the blank page. So I'm clicking and dragging my image to a blank page. As you can see, a picture of Madam C.J. Walker should now be on the page. This image you may find may be too large for your purposes. In order to resize the image evenly to prevent any distortion, you will need to hold down your Shift button, and using either the boxes on the left and right top corners or left and right bottom corners, you will click and drag your mouse inward to the left or outward to the right to make adjustments either large or small. In this case, I'm going to make the adjustment to a smaller image. I would also like to go ahead and put Madam C.J. Walker's name next to her picture. In order to do that, you will click on the text box located at the top of your toolbar. As you can see, if you double-click, you end up with two text box images. When you want to make adjustments to any mistakes like this, all you'll need to do is go back into your toolbar at the top of your desktop and click on Edit. From here, you can do Undo Move, Undo Text Box, and there you will only have one text box. To make adjustments of the placement for the text box, you will just simply click and drag on the word text and slide the text box up, down, to the left, or to the right. I'm going to go ahead and slide the text box up and slightly to the left. Now, once you have found the correct placement of the text box, you will want to go ahead and make your necessary adjustments to your font or to your font size or font color. In this case, I'm going to leave the font color and the font type the same. However, I will make an adjustment to the font size. You'll do this by highlighting within the box over the word text. You will then go up to your toolbar where you'll see at the top, set the font size. I'm going to set the font at 24. Once this is done, you will type within the text box. Once this is done, you click outside of the text box, and that will prevent you from making any further changes into the text. However, if you made a mistake and you needed to go back into the text box or make any adjustments to the text, what you'll do is simply click anywhere near the text and you will see your text box reappear. Once you've made those necessary corrections and adjustments, you'll just click again away from the text box and your changes will be complete. Now that we understand the basics of Keynote, we can begin applying the effects to our Keynote slides. In order to do this, you will first need to select the appropriate slide in which you would like to apply the effect. Next, you will click on the Document Inspector located at the top of your toolbar. After you've clicked on Document Inspector, another toolbar will open up, allowing for several options of effects that can be applied to your Keynote slides. For the effect on the first slide, you will need to go to the Build option within your Document Inspector menu. I have opened the drawer under my Build menu in order to show you how the effects will appear. The effect that I have chose is the drift effect. The drift will begin from left to right and will have a duration of approximately 5 seconds. The additional selection that I have made for this effect is that it will occur automatically at the beginning of the slideshow. For the effect that I have placed on slide 2, I will also need to go back into the Build menu. For this effect for slide 2, I have chose the typewriter effect. The typewriter effect can begin in many ways. The effect that I have chose for this slide is for the title, to begin on transition, the second line, which is the George Washington Carver name, to be added automatically after build 1. Then W.E.B. Du Bois will build automatically after 2. The directions can be done in many different ways. For this particular slide, I have chose the forward direction. For slide 3, you will need to go into the slide portion of the Document Inspector menu. The effect that I have chose for this slide will appear only with any text on this slide. The effect that I have chose is the swing effect with a duration of 2 seconds and a 1 second delay. For slide 4, I have also chose an effect from the slide option on the Document Inspector menu. This effect is the sparkle effect. It will last for 2 seconds and have a delay of approximately 2 seconds. The final slide uses the anagram effect with an arcing direction. This can also be found on the slide menu of the Document Inspector. This concludes my tutorial. I hope you enjoy my brief slideshow highlighting the slideshow effects that we have learned to use.
What are you waiting for? To the hip hop, the hip to the hip, the hip hip, the hopper, you don't stop, rock it to the bang, bang the boogie, say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie beat. Well, skittle bebop, we rock a Scooby Doo. Well, guess what, America, we love you, because you rock and roll with us so much so you can rock me 101.